Welcome to episode 3 of the Biblical Campus. Today, we are diving into Genesis chapter 18, verses 16 through 33, to uncover what it really means when God comes down. Genesis 18 is one of those passages in Scripture that unfolds intentionally and slowly. To help us analyze it closely, today's episode is part 1 of a 2-part series with our focus specifically on verses 16 through 21.
When the men got up to leave, they looked down towards Sodom, and Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Then the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him, so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord, by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him." Then the Lord said, "The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin so grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know."
And here is where the tension begins. The Bible consistently teaches that God knows everything, past, present, and future. Nothing ever takes him by surprise, again, according to the scriptures. And yet, in Genesis 18, God says something that sounds puzzling. He said, "I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I would know." This raises an obvious question. Didn't God already know? At first glance, this sounds like an investigation, as if God needs to verify the facts. But the scripture is clear. God's understanding is beyond measure. He knows all things. The Bible never presents him as being uncertain or uninformed. So the question is, why does God speak this way? And why does he say he will come down? To understand this, we need to recognize something important. God often speaks in human terms, not because he lacks knowledge, but because he wants to be known by humans. When God says he's going down, he isn't discovering new information. He is revealing how he acts in the world. This moment isn't about God learning. It is about God engaging. Theologians call this anthropomorphic language. God communicating in ways we can grasp, not because he's limited, but because we humans are limited. So when God says, "I am coming down," he is not saying, "I don't know what is happening in Sodom." He is saying, "I am personally involved." This language shows God cares. God is not distant or detached. He doesn't rush to judge anything from afar. We see this pattern throughout Scripture. In Genesis 11, God comes down to see the Tower of Babel. In Exodus 3, God says he has come down to deliver Israel. In every case, God already knows. His nearness signals intention, not discovery. In Genesis 18, the visit is really for and about Abraham. The angels leave for Sodom, but the Lord stays behind. Judgment pauses and conversation begins. God invites Abraham into moral dialogue. Abraham gets the front row seat to witness how justice and mercy intersect. God allows his actions to be examined by Abraham, not because he is unsure, but because he is just. Abraham learns something life-changing. He discovers God does not judge recklessly. He investigates, he listens, and remains faithful to his righteous character and reputation. God already knows the states of Sodom. The language of coming down highlights his patience, his fairness, and his desire to be trusted. God doesn't come down because he lacks information. He comes down because he wants to be known, as we have already stated. And then something unexpected happens. God stays, not to gather information, but to form an intercessor. The key idea for this episode is God comes down not to acquire information, but to shape Abraham to become intercessor. Next week, we'll talk about why God stayed with Abraham and what it means when a human being is invited to stand before the Lord and what that means to you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Please don't miss it. To enable us to continue doing these videos, please like and subscribe if you haven't done that. Remember, this is the Biblical Compass. Our goal is to draw you closer to the scriptures, one story at a time. God bless you.